He said, no, she's not.
And that's when it flashed across the screen. It said, singer Aaliyah killed in a plane crash. That was the worst thing I'd ever seen.
The pilots were arguing that it's too much weight to put on the plane. It's still said to be an accident. If it proves not to be, then the wrath of God will deal with it if it isn't.
Die erfolgreiche R&B-Sängerin hat ihr Leben frühzeitig verloren. Aaliyah's Story Behind the Music, hier bei MTV Masters.
As soon as the door opened, it was amazing because you just saw crowds of people on the sidewalks, you know, everything, they're all blocked off and being very respectful.
The outpour of love was overwhelming. She was really loved.
Vor der Kirche wurden 22 Tauben ausgesetzt. Eine Taube für jedes Jahr Aaliyahs Lebens.
I'm gonna miss her so much. Just miss her immensely. There's no words to describe that.
Just to sit here and to know that she's not here.
It was kind of a realization that there are modern day princesses. And that's what it felt like that whole day. It felt like we were sending off some royalty back to God.
It was like truly an angel had been in our presence for 22 years, and she had transcended. Her life, short as it may be, left an imprint on all of us. Dignity, hard work, how to get through things that a lot of other people fall down about, she got through.
Hey, my baby, why you looking so down?
You can't even say something negative about her because she was already an angel when she was first born.
Sie wurde am 16. Januar 1979 in Brooklyn, New York geboren und bekam den Namen Aaliyah Dana Horton.
My mom and dad were very interested in names with meaning, and they came across an Arabic name, Aaliyah, and the name's the highest, most exalted, one of the best. And I think it really describes her because she was just an amazing girl.
I remember just the little face was just so pretty and angelic all the time. From the beginning, she was just brightened everybody's life up.
Aaliyah wuchs wohlbehütet auf. Ihre Mutter warf ihre eigene Gesangskarriere hin und widmete sich uneingeschränkt ihr und ihrem Bruder Rashad.
My sister could very well be right now an icon. She was gorgeous. She is an incredible vocal, but she decided she wanted to dedicate her life to her family.
Doch auch weiterhin behielt Diane ihre Leidenschaft zur Musik. Dies übertrug sich auf ihre Tochter.
She was like 3, singing around the house, singing nursery rhymes, and, you know, little kids sing all the time. It was something about the way Aaliyah sang that, you know, just, you listened more.
I still do anything for you.
As long as I could remember, she sang. We'd play around on the side of the house. And she used to sing to me.
You made me strong. Don't you ever think that I don't love you.
Her voice was just so beautiful, even when we were little girls. And it would send chills through my body all the time when I would hear her sing.
And you just have to say goodbye.
I knew she was going to be something. I knew she was destined to be a star.
You just make me a friend.
1984 zogen die Hortons nach Detroit. Aaliyah kam zur Jesuit High School, einer katholischen Privatschule, bekannt für ihre qualifizierte Schauspielausbildung. Aaliyah wirkte früh an Schulproduktionen mit.
When she was on the stage, it was amazing. Who she became, she just lit up, and you couldn't take your eyes off of her.
We were doing 42nd Street, and she picked up the coin, and her eyes were shining, and she said, "It's a dime." And then she put up her arms, and with her eyes wide open, "We're in the money." I think that was the moment when she connected, and she thought, this is it. This is what I love doing. And she was just in the 3rd grade at that point.
It was my first experience with singing and dancing and acting all at one time, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And I knew from then that it was something I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
I have this vivid memory of Aaliyah sitting so still and just staring up at me and soaking in everything that I would say. And that was really something very unique about her.
The very first time you met her, you knew she was something special.
Im Alter von 10 Jahren erlebte Aaliyah ihr Fernsehdebüt bei der Talentshow Star Search.
I loved that show. My mother and I never missed Star Search. We watched it every week, and I always wanted to be on it. So we heard there was an open audition, and I went, and they liked me, and they gave me a private audition, and they wanted me to do the show.
Aaliyah wählte den Song My Funny Valentine, den ihre Mutter selbst einst bei einer Theateraufführung gesungen hatte.
It was my mommy's song, and I wanted to be like my mommy. So that song was special to me because of her.
She was practicing every day. My Funny Valentine, I think I might have heard that song 1,000 times in my life. And she was finally ready.
From Detroit, Michigan, welcome 10-year-old Aaliyah Hutton.
Am 10. November 89 trat Aaliyah bei der Talentshow Star Search auf. Sie und ihre Familie waren von ihrem Sieg überzeugt.
I just knew she was going to win. I was like, oh, she was amazing. Like, she hit every note perfectly.
Her challenger, Aaliyah Hutton, receives 3 1/4 stars. Okay.
I was like, oh, you know, and that was pretty. It was a big blow. You know, that was tough for her to lose. But what was amazing was she dried her tears, and she went back out, and she sat in the audience, and she watched the rest of the show. And that, to me, embodied Aaliyah. That, you know what, I'm not going to give up, and I'm not going to be weak.
I learned about rejection and the fact that, you know, you don't win all the time. So you just get up, you dust yourself off, and you try again. Wouldn't trade it for the world.
Trotz des Rückschlages machte Aaliyah weiter. Gleich bei MTV Masters
really was, I think, kind of sonic breakthrough.
It was like, wasn't I just waving at these people and hugging them and kissing them? And telling them I love them?
R. Kelly was a real drop to your knees and testify sort of soul singer. He was certainly somebody who was positioned to help create other stars as well.
Im Frühjahr 94 arbeiteten R. Kelly und die 15-jährige Aaliyah an ihrem Debütalbum. Um zu vermeiden, dass ihrem Alter mehr Beachtung geschenkt wurde als ihrem Talent, verkündete sie mit dem Albumtitel Age Ain't Nothing But a Number.
I want people to really just accept me for my music. And that's really it. That's why I kind of chose that too.
She didn't want to be a cute little girl trying to sing. She wanted people to really listen to her voice, listen to what she had to say, and that was her main goal.
Barry Hankerson gründete das Label Blackground Records.
Aaliyah's in the house. So check, 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 chickity check, check, check it out.
Aaliyahs Debüt wurde die erste Veröffentlichung des Labels und wurde in der R&B-Szene hoch geschätzt.
Aaliyah herself liked saying that her music was street but sweet. It was music that had those rough beats and also had her relaxed singing on top of it. Really was, I think, a kind of sonic breakthrough.
I got jazz personality, cheap mentality, peace to soul train.
Neben ihrem eigenen Sound entwickelte Aaliyah schnell auch einen persönlichen Kleidungsstil.
The sunglasses, the bandana, the pants low. She was already developing a mystique from day one.
She wore these sunglasses. She had this real mystery around her, and that was because you wanted people to really listen to the music and really listen to her talent.
Ihr Debütalbum erreichte Platin, doch Aaliyahs Image wurde schwer angekratzt. Im Dezember 1994 kam das Gerücht auf, die Beziehung zwischen R. Kelly und ihr hätte sich vertieft.
Vibe magazine published a story saying that they were secretly married. And there were a lot of questions. She was young, he was older. What are they doing together?
Sowohl Aaliyah als auch R. Kelly dementierten die Gerüchte, doch der Presserummel ließ nur langsam nach.
That was a rough period for me and my family, very tumultuous time. It was hard for us to get through, but we did it, thanks to the Lord. I will answer the question for people who want to know I am not married. Not at all.
1996 gingen R. Kelly und Aaliyah schließlich getrennte Wege. Aaliyah wandte sich an Missy Elliott. Mit ihrem Production-Partner Timbaland entwickelte sie einen neuen Sound, One in a Million.
We would listen down to it, and if it's something that she felt, it wasn't right, she'd be like, I don't like that, let me do it again. No matter how late it was, she always wanted it to be perfect.
That combination with Timbaland and Missy changed everything. Changed the game of R&B and was explosive for Aaliyah. That was really like a magic moment.
Aaliyahs zweites Album wurde im Sommer 96 veröffentlicht und toppte mit 2 Millionen verkauften Einheiten den Erfolg des Erstlings. If Your Girl Only Knew wurde zum Hit.
There was so much going on, and she had a number of hits and was clearly on her way. This was somebody who was going to be a significant figure.
Trotz des Erfolges kehrte Aaliyah dem Rampenlicht den Rücken und absolvierte ihren Highschool-Abschluss.
One thing I liked about her is, as I saw that her career was growing, she always remained just sort of like one of the other kids. Very nice young lady, very pleasant.
Aaliyah was her own person, but she shared all that she was with others.
And she was the same sweet person. Never, ever, 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 ever changed.
Sie schaffte den Highschool-Abschluss mit Auszeichnung und im März 98 erschien ein Song auf dem Soundtrack von Dr. Dolittle. Mit Are You That Somebody wurde sie zum ersten Mal für den Grammy nominiert.
So excited about that. She hadn't done an album in a while, and then to be recognized, for that, I really made her feel good that I'm still out here, doing it. People are still loving me.
We named it one of the 20 best singles of the 1990s. It was clearly the best single of that year. And it's just, one of those songs that comes on the radio and you just stop like, what is this?
I know someone's waiting, years of dreams just can't be wrong.
Im Teenie-Alter hatte Aaliyah bereits 2 Platin-Alben und war ein Weltstar.
Finally home where I belong. Well, starting here, my life
sit late at night sometimes, just sitting in the bed and say, wow, we'd be in awe of it ourselves, like, Rashad, do you really think this is all just supposed to happen? I said, yes, Lily, it's supposed to happen. This is meant for you. You're supposed to do these things.
Im Frühjahr 1999, nachdem sie Schauspielunterricht genommen hatte, bekam sie die Hauptrolle in dem Actionfilm Romeo Must Die an der Seite von Kung-Fu-Star Jet Li.
She came alive when put in certain situations. Aaliyah had this gift of coming alive.
I mean, her performance in Romeo Must Die, when I watch it, it looks like somebody that's been acting their whole life.
You must be a very dangerous man.
Are you scared?
Yeah. Don't take this personal, but I've been around a lot more dangerous guys than you.
Our chemistry is off the chain. It's perfect now, but will it change?
Sowohl der Film als auch der Soundtrack mit dem Song Try Again wurden Bestseller. Fast parallel zur Veröffentlichung des Films traf Aaliyah ihren privaten Romeo und Damon Dash, dem Mitbegründer von Rockefeller Records. Dash war eine Größe in der New Yorker Partyszene.
So it was like, you know, big bad wolf messing with Little Red Riding Hood, you know what I mean?
Damon hatte einen Ruf als Partylöwe. Im Sommer 2000 lernte er Aaliyah kennen und stieß auf eine andere Welt.
The thing that was attracted me to her, that, you know, she wasn't into the things that you know, everyone else was into. Like, I used to like to go out. She was cool with being by herself. She was cool with being inside. She only went out to hang out with me.
When we hooked up, we sat down, made an agreement. We vowed that we'd always be together.
He would always make her laugh, and he treated her like a queen. And what made me so happy was to see her happy, you know? It was just great to see her smile every single day.
Aaliyah hatte auch weiterhin Grund zur Freude. Im September 2000 erhielt sie eine MTV Video Music Award Nominierung für Try Again. Zu den Awards begleitete sie ihr Bruder.
I said, Aaliyah, no one really takes people on, no, you're going. I said, I don't want to hear anything else about it. I was like, whatever you want, baby.
The award goes to Try Again.
And so they announced winner Aaliyah. She grabbed my hand and we walked on stage together, and I was mortified.
Thanks to MTV and to the fans for your love and support.
She thanked everyone, and she looked at me and she said,
My brother Rashad, I love you. You're my everything.
You are my everything.
Trotz ihres öffentlichen Lebens besann sich Aaliyah immer wieder auf ihre Familie.
Mama always told me to be careful who I love.
She definitely liked the fact that the critics enjoyed her work, but I think mainly she would turn to her family members and her friends around her to ask them, like, was I okay? Are you sure?
They were there from the inception, and they're still around today, irking me at times, but I love them.
No matter what Aaliyah did, no matter how far she traveled or how big she got, she was never gonna leave any of us. She never wanted to leave any of us.
Oh, so many things have taken place before this love affair began.
Im Herbst 2000 folgte der Dreh Queen of the Damned in Australien. Tagsüber am Set blieb ihr die Nacht zur Produktion des dritten Albums im Sydney-Studio. Wann immer sie konnte, flog sie heim zu Familie und Freund.
You know, the thing was, she was gone a lot. So the time that we had together, I mean, it was like we appreciated it. And when we would sleep, I would hold her, I wouldn't let go. Like in my sleep, she'd try to move, but I'd never let her go. It was almost like she was my twin soul.
The time that they did have, the time they did spend together, they were in heaven. You know, nothing from the outside really got in their way. And she was so happy. She was so happy.
Im Frühjahr 2001 kehrte Aaliyah in die USA zurück. Dort arbeitete sie an neuen Musikvideos, zusammen mit Choreografin Fatima Robinson und Stylist Derek Lee.
These people became like this extended family, and these friends that grew up with her. And they were a dream team, man.
Das Traumteam arbeitete am Video zu We Need a Resolution. Aaliyah präsentierte sich von nun an als reife Frau.
I remember trying on a bunch of different dresses and stuff like that on her and pants, and she was like, listen, I just want to do this really sexy, really nice little dress. I was like, you really want to do a black sheer looking dress? She says, yeah, I want to do a dress. She's never asked for a dress, ever.
I think her image for this album just evolved. It was just growth, natural growth that came with, you know, becoming a woman after turning 21 and falling in love, and, you know, it was all of that.
Aaliyah wurde am 17. Juli 2001 veröffentlicht. Kritiker bezeichneten es nicht nur als Zeichen ihrer Reife, sondern auch als künstlerische Weiterentwicklung.
Aaliyah was quite simply the best R&B album released in 2001. It really showed Aaliyah was not just an artist with a lot of promise, but an artist that was delivering on those promises right now, right with Aaliyah, right with that album, and it was great to hear.
She had a future that was just awesome in every direction. And she had a nice attitude about it, too. Never, ever acted like a diva. Never. And I know some divas.
Im Sommer 2001 wurde die Single Rock the Boat zum Radiohit und das Video wurde produziert. Mit Regisseur Hype Williams begann das Team am 22. August die Dreharbeiten in Miami.
The first thing that we did in Miami was all the girls in denim and white t-shirts all cut up and slashed up, almost like a Jamaican girl kind of thing.
Aaliyah wurde von ihrem regulären Team begleitet. Derek Lee, Fatima Robinson, Make-up-Artist Chris Maldonado und Hairstylisten Eric Foreman und Anthony Dodd. Producer Kevin Taylor dokumentierte den Dreh für BET.
They were like brothers and sisters. They were really, clearly family, you know? When stuff, they'd be beating her face and cussing at her, and she'd be hitting somebody in the stomach while they were brushing her hair, you know? Like, it was fun. I'd never seen a group of people work that familiar together.
I mean, she loved those people, and I think they loved her.
Am 23. August flog das Team auf die Bahamas. Familienfreund Keith Wallace ging ebenfalls mit an Bord des Sky-Limo-Flugzeuges. Aaliyah wirkte ängstlich.
She wasn't too happy about it. You know, she's talking about it like, oh, I hate these planes. I hate these small planes. But she's the kind of girl just to go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? Okay, fine, I guess I got to just get over it, and I'm gonna go into my job.
Doch der 45-minütige Flug verlief problemlos und das Team verbrachte einen ausgelassenen Nachmittag am Strand.
Everyone was happy to be, you know, down on an island on the beach, and it's beautiful.
We sat out on the beach and read our horoscopes and our love life in magazines and talked about vacationing in Fiji or Tahiti this winter.
Everything fell into place perfectly. It was almost a dream.
Gleich bei MTV Masters.
And nose down.
Her legacy is that you can achieve your dreams no matter what, no matter how many times you fall down.
Aaliyahs Album kam auf Platz 2 der Charts. Außerdem hatte sie gerade den Vertrag für das Sequel von Matrix unterzeichnet. Privat machte ihr Freund Damon Dash sie glücklich.
She had everything. Her career was right. You know, she had a completeness that a lot of people don't have. But she was totally 100% satisfied, 100% happy.
Am Freitag, den 25. August, war Aaliyah mit ihrem Team bereits vor Sonnenaufgang aktiv.
They're like, baby, you tired? She's like, what am I be tired about? I'm on the beach in the Bahamas shooting a music video, you know?
Stroke it, baby, stroke it, baby.
Am Samstag wurde die aufwendigste Szene gedreht. Eine Tanzchoreografie auf einem Katamaran. Während die Crew den Dreh vorbereitete, zog Aaliyah sich zurück.
The boat had a room, and Aaliyah was in this one room, and she was sleeping. And I remember like, wow, she looks so beautiful. So I went up, got really close, and took a picture of her. She never woke up or anything. The picture's beautiful of her just laying there sleeping. Yeah.
Man entschied, den Dreh einen Tag früher zu beenden. Aaliyah hoffte, schnell zurückkehren zu können, um ihre Familie und Freund Damon Dash sehen zu können.
When Aaliyah rapped, and she said, you know, hype, I'm tired, I'm ready to go. Like, you got enough stuff. We shot all day, and by this time she's like, okay, I'm over it, I'm tired, I'm ready to go.
Aaliyah changed clothes, and then they were like, where's the boat? Where's the boat? There was a speedboat that was supposed to be coming to pick them up. So the boat came.
Ein Großteil Aaliyahs Teams begleitete sie auf der Heimreise. Keith Wallace, Bodyguard Scott Gallen, Record Executives Gina Smith und Douglas Kratz, Hairstylisten Eric Foreman und Anthony Dodd sowie Make-up-Artist Christopher Maldonado.
Everyone loaded up in a boat, and we hugged each other and gave each other a kiss and told each other we loved each other. And she got on the boat. I ran and grabbed my camera. I was like, let me take a picture, let me take a picture. I took a picture of all of them, waving, and her holding up the peace sign and smiling.
Das Team hoffte, mit derselben Maschine zurückfliegen zu können. Doch Sky Limo hatte mit einer späteren Abreise gerechnet.
We were supposed to bring her the day after, and we were told that she was in a rush and she couldn't get a hold of us, and she got another company to take her back.
Aaliyahs Team sollte nun mit Black Hawk International Airways zurückfliegen. Pilot Luis Morales wurde beauftragt, es auf den Bahamas abzuholen.
That Saturday was, from what we know, his first flight with Black Hawk.
Morales war auf Bewährung. Wegen Crack- und Kokainbesitzes und wegen Schmuggels von Flugzeugteilen stand er vor Gericht.
Eventually, this is something that would have had to have been reported. That doesn't necessarily mean it would have caused his pilot certificate to be suspended.
Luis Morales flog zum Marsh Harbor. Er rechnete mit 5 Passagieren. Doch dort warteten 8 Personen.
Some persons were saying that the pilots were arguing with the passengers, saying that it's too much weight to put on the plane. But the passengers, I understand, said that their luggage must go, and we must go. I cannot leave anything.
Um 18:50 Uhr war die Maschine zum Abflug bereit.
There were no hazards. It was clear. It was a beautiful sunny afternoon.
Das Flugzeug hob ab. Doch sobald es den Bodenkontakt verlor, begann es bedrohlich zu schwanken. Dies erregte die Aufmerksamkeit des Piloten Tom Sawyer.
Almost immediately after he sucked his landing gear up, the aircraft did a left bank and then nose down. Right after that, I lost him under the trees. When he got below the trees, then I seen what appeared to be a splash of water and then a ball of fire right immediately after that.
Das Flugzeug stürzte 200 Fuß neben der Rollbahn ab.
It was fire all around this area where you could see burnt fuel sprayed all around. We had to try to contain that.
There was aircraft debris everywhere. The victims were scattered about in close proximity to the plane.
Aaliyah Horton war sofort tot. Sie war nur 22 Jahre alt. Ebenfalls starben ihre Freunde und Kollegen. Eric Foreman, Douglas Kratz, Gina Smith und Keith Wallace sowie Pilot Luis Morales. Wenige Stunden später erlagen Scott Gallen, Christopher Maldonado und Anthony Dodd den Folgen des Unfalls. Auf der Insel sprach sich herum, dass Aaliyahs Flugzeug abgestürzt war.
This time you're like, oh my God, I can't, this cannot be happening. Cannot be happening. That's all I could think is this cannot be happening.
Fatima Robinson und Derek Lee fuhren sofort zur Unfallstelle.
The very first thing I did was kneel down next to pretty much each one of them, one by one, and just kind of sat there and talked with them for a couple of minutes. Like, you know, my first thing was like, I'm so sorry this happened to you. You know, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't, it was just like, I'm just so sorry.
It was like, wasn't I just waving at these people and hugging them and kissing them? And telling them I love them?
Fatima rief Aaliyahs Mutter an.
It was just the hardest thing I had to do ever in life. From then, Diane was just kind of, she didn't want to hear what I was saying. I couldn't believe that I was saying it.
I got a call on the phone, and my mom was hysterical, and I was like, you know, what's going on? What's going on? And she could barely speak, and she told me, you know, and my first reaction was pretty much to just scream, you know, because I just didn't, I couldn't grasp it. I couldn't put my put my psyche around anything like that happening. It just didn't make any sense.
Said it was an accident. And I said, is Aaliyah? I said, is Aaliyah okay? And I said, I know she's not. And he said, no, she's not. She's dead.
My mother called. And, you know, she said she had Fatima had called and said that there was a plane crash and Aaliyah was in it, and once I heard it, I knew it was true.
I turned on the TV, and I was sitting there watching. And that's when it flashed across the screen. I'll never forget. I'm sorry. It said, singer Aaliyah killed in a plane crash. That's something I'll never forget. That was the worst thing I'd ever seen.
Am 31. August 2001 nahmen Familie und Freunde von Aaliyah Abschied.
To us, she was a princess. I think to a lot of people, she was a princess. She loved horses, so we wanted her to have a horse-drawn carriage and we had doves. We wanted to send her off like that.
When we stepped out of the church and I saw all of those kids with signs and screaming, and the sun was shining, and for that small moment, I didn't feel the negativity of the word death. I felt the positiveness of the word life, because that's what we were feeling, life.
National Safety Board gab bekannt, dass kein technischer Fehler festgestellt werden konnte und bestätigte, dass das Flugzeug überladen war.
After the Bahamian authorities sorted through the wreckage of the plane crash, they determined that it was about 800 pounds overloaded. There seems to be evidence that points to that's the reason why this plane crashed.
Darüber hinaus hatte Luis Morales keine ausdrückliche Genehmigung für die Landung auf Mashaba erhalten.
The civil aviation declared that he was not authorized to fly to the Bahamas, nor was the plane allowed to come to the Bahamas as a charter flight.
Vermutungen wurden laut, dass Luis Morales per Zufall den Pilotenschein erworben haben soll. Es wurden im Logbuch Unstimmigkeiten bezüglich Morales' Flügen festgestellt. Ein Anwalt von Black Hawk Airways gab bekannt, dass Morales Flüge eingetragen haben soll, die niemals stattfanden. Dies ergab eine Summe von mehreren hunderten nicht geflogenen Stunden.
It's still said to be an accident. If it proves not to be, then the wrath of God will deal with it if it isn't.
She would have been huge. You know how sometimes you just get that feeling, like, wow, this is it. This person has that's gonna just take them everywhere they want to go.
She most definitely was a flower that was blooming, and if still here, she was gonna be like the biggest beanstalk there was. Like, she was gonna be that large.
Das Album Aaliyah ist seit 24 Wochen in den Albencharts und die Single Rock the Boat in den Top 20 der US-Charts vertreten. In den Herzen ihrer Fans lebt sie weiter.
Her legacy is that you can achieve your dreams no matter what. No matter how many times you fall down, you can get back up and you can keep going. And you can achieve your dreams and still maintain being a beautiful person.
Hey, my baby, why you looking so down?
It's kind of hard now because, you know, everywhere I go, I see pictures of her. I can't really listen to the radio. You know, I can't hear her. I can't. It's hard, so.
Tell me why you cry. Wipe those tears from your
She was such a good person and so smart and so well developed, you know, so secure in her own skin. You know, that I know that if she did so well in life, she would do so well in the afterlife, trying to help everyone, that she's trying to comfort everyone that's in pain. So she still has a lot of work to do.
I know that she's not here in body, but I believe that she's here in spirit. She was an angel. She truly was an angel.
I wanna